Hey guys, so welcome back to another video. I really hope you liked the last one about doing the diesel injectors and the seals and the washers on those. And this video has been requested on. I got some nice tires and I put them on the wheels that I had for the Defender, but they have never been my favorite. So I just didn't like the design of the wheel itself, of the rim. So I decided to paint them black because then they will be noticed less and they'll actually get like basically a makeover, so they will actually look a lot cooler than they are. I painted these and people really wanted to know how I did it, so I'll just show you a comparison of some befores and afters. Here we have an old disco wheel from this one, and the Defender wheels. This wheel was actually in the same condition as that one. So I'll just show you here the befores and the afters, and then I'll show you step for step how to do it yourself. But all wheels were like used like this one. So some scrape marks here and there, just scrape marks that you just can't wash away. And then they all had some brake marks as well that were just stuck on there. And then eventually the wheels turned out like this. So really nice matte black. Just mind that they are already dirty. I've already had them outside. But yeah, the look and finish is just really nice. And this is an 18-year-old wheel, so I'm really happy with the result there. Now what's important to notice in this video is that I did really little prep work, and that's because I knew these tires or these wheels were old and I just wanted them to be black. So there's a lot more to do if you want the wheels to be restored to perfectly new shape, but that's not what this video is about. As you can see, there are still scrape marks visible, but they just show much less on a black tire, on a black wheel. So just note that you can actually do it much more properly and take much longer time. But I'll just show you step for step what I did. I washed the wheels, I then let them dry, and then I sanded the wheels, and then I taped the wheels, and then masked them with plastic, cleaned them all off with thinner, put some primer on, let them dry for a whole day, then put the top coat on, a few coats, and then let them dry again. So I'll just show you step for step in this video. So please hang along and see what the result will be like, and in the end I'll also show you what they'll look like on the car. Okay, so I started off sanding the wheels, and this was done with a 800 grit sanding paper. I chose the 800 grit because the grit is quite fine but still can take a lot of dirt off, and I went through all the wheels, all the nooks and crannies, all the hard parts, and then the smooth surfaces. Then I cleaned the wheels. I used some wheel cleaning products and then just some water to clean them off. And then I rinsed them off really well with just normal water in a bucket. After they were washed, you can see I put them down to dry, and they all look clean and they all look shiny. That's because they're wet. But when they were dry, they were all very matte. So I sat down on a little stool and used some tape, masking tape, to tape around the edges. And as you can see, I used very small bits so I could do this precisely. And that's mainly because the tires were tucked around the rim edges, so it was really hard to get in between and get a good masking border basically. After masking all the rims, I put plastic on just to cover the tires and make sure that none of the wheels would get overspray. There was also one wheel where I haven't swapped the tire on yet, so it's probably an 18-year-old spare wheel, and the tire was bad, so I got around masking the rim. Then I just realized that I didn't even have to mask the wheel at all, so I just didn't bother to go through the hassle. But all the other wheels with brand new tires I did really properly. With the wheels all masked up, it was time to use some thinner and just a microfiber towel and clean all the wheels off, and then let the thinner evaporate. And that's so no grease will interfere with the paint, because if it's greasy then the paint won't stick properly. Putting down some primer, I just use random no brand primer from a local warehouse. As you can see, I started with all the hard bits first, so it's always important to do the hard to get by stuff first, and that's so the layers won't be too thick on the other stuff. If you do the other stuff first and then try getting to all the corners, then you'll probably get runny paint, and that's nothing you want. After putting primer on all the wheels, I think I applied 2 or 3 layers on each. I let them dry overnight. And then the next day it was time to put the top coat on. And same rules here. Go for the corners and the hard stuff first, and then just spray the big stuff, the big open areas basically. And that's to get the best result and to get no running at all. You can see an overview right after I sprayed them. They were still wet, so they look glossy, but they would turn into matte black really soon. I also took the time to take a tire marker and just write on the lattice on the center caps, just to make them stand out a bit more. And here you see the result. I think it looks amazing. The wheels look really nice, even with such little work done to them. And the car just looks really cool on these big tires, black wheels and big spaces as well. So I really hope you liked this video. If you did, please press the like button. If you didn't, please press the dislike button. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. And we'll see you in the next video.